أهلين وسهلين. صباح الخير and good morning everyone. Thank you for joining me in the next session on a row. As promised yesterday, we will continue learning and understanding what actually help brands to be successful in the retail sector and what's in it for us to help them succeed, to make or break that brand. So before I commence with sharing my screen, I just want to remind you of how do we start our sessions. I want hands up. Who can shake his hand and tell me he's here? I recall Reem, Ali, Arij. Yes, few more until I share my screen. No more? I'm not going to share my screen. Yes. More. Lovely. All right, معناته موجودين ومصحصحين. خلينا نشوف وين البرزنتيشن مالنا اللي لازم نكمله مع بعض. All right. So, who remember this guy? استاذة إذا ممكن نعطيهم بعد الفرصة أنهم يفتحون مايكاتهم بيكون ممتاز. Who remember this guy from yesterday's session? What's his name? I'm not gonna answer. It's for you guys. What's his name? احنا قلنا قصايد عن ماكدونالد أمس. So who's this guy? Can you hear me? Okay. It seems I'm gonna answer for myself. So this guy called Ronald McDonald, and he's the mascot and the character that advocated the brand at some point, and he's still associated with the brand. He was the mascot who told us yesterday that quality and consistency is the name of the game. On top of everything that you would learn in school, that you would learn through your day-to-day marketing practice, whatever you would get from seminars, webinars, and sessions like this, if you don't keep it consistent, if you don't tie it with high quality standards, it's not gonna last. So let's refresh our minds and remember, what did this guy tell us as success factors for retail brands that will never sustain itself if we don't keep quality and consistency? تتذكرون البولت بوينتس اللي كانت موجودة على السايد الأيسر من الشاشة؟ من يتذكر؟ I want to see those chat messages coming through. I haven't seen anything this morning.
المايكات مفتوحة الحين.
يلا المايكات مفتوحة والchat بعد مفتوح. Who wanna go first? So what was the first factor that we have all agreed on that the likes of McDonald's and other successful brands have adopted? What did they do first? And what should you as marketeer start with if you want to end up with a successful brand?
Addictive products.
I'm going to give you this. You start with knowing your target audience. You start with knowing the who. To whom I'm building this brand. To whom I'm manufacturing this product. To whom I want to sell this product. Who's going to come back to me asking for after-sales service? Who's going to trash me, God forbid? Who's going to advocate me and praise me? And what should I do to keep that person, that pool, that community engaged with my brand all the way along? So that is one. In order to build and sustain a successful brand, you would need to start with knowing the who. Number two, Who can tell me what did we say about being flexible? How can a brand be flexible in order for them to succeed? I've heard someone مساعة. حمد علي مين كان يتكلم؟
Can I just explain it not by knowing, but just from my mind?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like maybe, for example, in the coronavirus, they had to be flexible to change the way they sell things to sustain their place, to know that they won't like fail.
Absolutely. Knowing the environment you work at, knowing the needs and wants of your customers, understanding what sits in their dreams, what sits in their craving, what sits in their checklist, what sits in their family gathering would definitely help you bring more for less and remain flexible to serve your customers the best way possible. Thank you very much. What else we said? Availability. You need to be always there for them. Their birthdays, their gathering, their afternoon, their midnight craving, their early morning coffee. And someone was saying yesterday, McDonald's coffee is underrated. And I second you with this. We also said affordability. And like I said yesterday, affordability does not mean you end up being cheap. No. It's for you to tell people why are they paying, what they are paying to get your product or service. You would need to build that trust in them to have them actually paying what it's worth for the product or service. So you end up being value for money. You don't end up being cheap or underrated. And then we said personalization. You would need to do something that I would feel deep inside that it was built for me. Have you ever heard a song and started saying, well, shdarra, oh my God, he speaks my mind. And there are a million other people that have said the same statement. And that's what makes a successful brand. And then we said involvement. You would need to be part of the community. You would need to be part of the family. You would need to be part of every single happening. You would need to support the society. You would need to be actively there, whether it's a school, whether it's a university, whether it's a family gathering, whether it's a community issue, like the example your colleague have mentioned about coronavirus. It's not just about being flexible, it's about being involved in everything that is happening. I mean, coronavirus was massive, global, catastrophic, but then looking at the smallest thing for the brand to remain successful and sustain its engagement, that brand needs to be involved in your daily life. And then it needs to innovate. It needs to find its way to navigate around technology. And it needs to come up with something new that will blow your mind and makes you actually want to try it and explore it and gives you that indulgence and happy feeling and satisfaction for you to be the brand advocate, for you to go and spell out the story to your friends, to your family, to your circle of contacts. You would share it on social media. You would say, hey, look what this brand and that brand have done. And that all. If you do it, make sure it's there, sustain it, and wrap it with a quality ribbon, you're done with a deal. Someone is saying it feels like they care, and that is the trick. That is the catch. You will never engage with a brand and keep it top of mind if you don't receive that feeling. If you don't get the sense that that brand is looking after you, that brand knows you, that brand actually caters for your needs and wants, يسمعونك قبل لا تتكلم، يحققون أحلامك قبل لا تنطق فيها. طبعا يبين إنه يعني اثنين حبيبة، بس أنت لازم تحب البراند علشان تكون لويال له، وعلشان البراند ينجح لازم يكسب محبتك ويكسب your loyalty. Since I'm Al-Usra Supermarket Marketing Manager and I have been with you for 2 days in a row, I think it's time for us to speak about what I am doing, since I'm advocating all these things to you. And again, you can never say I when it comes to marketing and business success. You need to say we. You always need to rely on the team. Teamwork makes the dream work. So forgive me up front if I ever say I, because there is no I in any successful business. It's always us. It's always we. It's always you. That is us. That is the we. And that's what you guys are actually seeing and interacting with. In here, I want to open more rooms for contributions. I want more people to start engaging with me. I want to hear from you. What do you know about Al-Usra Supermarket? Al-Usra Supermarket loves you too, Noor. So Noor said, I love Al-Usra, and there is a lovely pinky heart. We love you too. But what do you know, guys, about Al-Usra Supermarket? If anyone can take the chance and describe Al-Usra Supermarket to us. Feel free to take the mic, guys, and express your feelings. Let us know, what do you know about Al-Usra? And if you are to describe Al-Usra Supermarket, what would you say? So Noor is saying, I love seeing local veggies and fruits from Bahraini farmers. يلا أنا أبي أسمع صوت.
المايك مفتوح فتقدرون تتكلمون. حسين المايك مفتوح عندك.
مس الأسرة يكون على ما أعتقد أنه small retails and يعني we paid it for food or like that يعني. يعني من يعني أصحاب التجزئة، محل من أصحاب التجزئة يقدم food or يعني something like that.
All right, thank you, Hussein. Who else want to take part? Tell us, what do you know about Al-Usra?
Al-Usra is a supermarket that you can get different varieties of stuff, and like from other countries, not only from Bahrain. Like they get a lot of export stuff you can't find at any other supermarket.
And do you shop at Al-Usra?
Yes.
And what do you shop for? Those imported items or something
Yeah,
else?
mostly flaming hot Cheetos. Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Who else? We'll take a third person and then we will carry on.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Oh, okay, it's Noor. I believe it was one of the leading supermarkets in Bahrain that started bringing like really healthy alternatives for people. So I always go there and look at the organic section and the healthy stuff that you guys have there. So that's something I know about Al-Usra, I guess.
Lovely, thank you, Noor. See, guys, I was expecting more or less a different intro to the question, but you guys have got it right. There's no right and wrong here, but you've got it right. Starting with the name, looking at Al-Usra as a name, it means nothing in English. And one of the guys here said it's the destination for imported items. Why did the brand opt in to name themselves an Arabic name because they wanted to tell you something. They wanted the end user to receive a message. Al-Usra is the Arabic word of a family. We all know that. And we wanted the expat community to come to know that we are the destination of families. Not any families. We are the destination of the local families, first and foremost, and those people that lives on this lovely island. And that's why we are called Al-Usra, not the family. And that is one of the success factors of any brand. You know your audience. You know who are you catering for, who are you targeting, and how you should speak to him, communicate with him, and keep that channel of communication open. Al-Usra, like Noor said, it's a local supermarket. And I think there is one guy as well who have started the engagement with me, and he said as well, it's a local supermarket. Stress on that fact. We are 100% owned Bahraini business. And that is as well something that we needed to understand, and we should always stress on and make sure that there is an awareness out there in the market that this brand, it's more or less the only supermarket that is local 100%, that is Bahraini 100%, that is Al-Usra, which is the destination of the family. It's a friendly supermarket. Someone have said that because I was trying to write notes. And it takes pride of the people behind the brand. And that's why when you look at the screen, you would see more than 10 people next to one logo. It's not the branding. It's not the name. It's not the location. It's you and us. We build the brand. We sustain the brand. We help the brand succeed. And if we ever wish, we can drown that brand, God forbid. But then I'm not gonna brag about how successful Al-Usra is, because we all know if you want a quality product, you would think of Al-Usra. If you want a fresh product, you would think of Al-Usra. It may not be your ordinary monthly grocery shopping destination, because it was never meant to be that. It's an indulgent destination. And by the way, it's quite challenging to keep that perception out there. So if we can just put our head around Al-Usra, for us to understand whether Al-Usra is a successful brand, whether we have actually followed the right recipe of brand success and we have adapted all factors that we have discussed earlier, or maybe the likes of you guys can enlighten our way and tell us what should we do next, or what do we have to change. So what is it all about? We said Al-Usra is a local brand. And emphasizing on that fact will always link back to the end user mindset. You are shopping at a Bahraini destination. You are paying your money against a quality product, which is manned by your brother, your sister, your neighbor. There is always those diversity in the product range. Like someone said, it's a destination of import. And we also diversified our content. You guys are marketeer. Take a few minutes and open our social media, open our e-commerce. Look and evaluate. And I'm more than happy to hear from you today, because this session is about you, not about me. I'm here to hear from you as the voice of the customer. What is it that you feel we're still missing from those success factors that we have explained earlier? We are certain that we are community driven and we are involved. How? I can show you in a couple of minutes. But maybe if we can open the mic, Ustadha Mara Thania, and for those people who have the chance to look at our social media or our e-commerce or have visited the stores lately, what do you think about the diversity of content and the communication kind of approach, maybe the tone of voice of Al-Isra, because I don't want to brag about what I do. I want to hear from you guys. Anyone?
What's the question again?
So I was asking if you guys can verify, say true or false to the second statement. So I've claimed that Al-Isra have got a diversified content approach. And content is the game of the marketeer. It's the tone of voice, it's the communication. It's how do we actually advocate and represent the brand? Do we really have that content diversification from your perspective?
I mean, I think it does. I don't directly associate with Al-Isra, but it should, right? Just like any other company.
Right, thank you. Who else want to take part in that? Maybe Noor can go ahead since she was the most engaged student. We have Muhammad as well. أعتقد الحضور اليوم مو قوي مثل أمس. I'm missing you guys.
Okay.
Yay. Should we move on?
Yes.
So we'll just move on. Again, I was writing notes while you guys were describing Al-Isra, and someone said that are high quality and there are imported items. And then we claim to be innovative as well. And maybe I can walk you through a journey of which you can use in your life when you are engaged with a brand and you want to make sure that that brand is successful. Noor said, if I'm not mistaken, that she loves shopping at Al-Isra because she can find fresh, local Bahraini veggies. Have you ever seen this sign, guys? Now, a Think Local campaign is a campaign that Al-Isra have initiated 10 years ago, 2011. And the main objective of the campaign is to support Bahraini entrepreneurs, Bahraini small business owners, of which they can bring their products to our shelf. And to be frank, this initiative goes beyond offering a shelf space. We support those small business owners by raw ingredients, by helping them with importing equipment, by supporting their marketing activities and helping them in packaging and designing, in actually building a brand for themselves through our expertise. Al-Isra didn't fear that one of those brands would supersede her one day, because that is the objective. We're here for you guys. We're here for the community. We're always involved in everything that the community wants to do, and it support businesses in Bahrain. Let me show you something that went viral maybe a year ago or something.
فكر محلياً
can hear
حملة
the
أطلقتها أسواق
sound of the
الأسرة
video.
منذ عام 2011 وتضاعف باستمرار لدعم المنتجات البحرينية.
نكون الأسرة شركة بحرينية 100%. مسؤولياتنا الاجتماعية إن احنا ندعم الشركات البحرينية. الفترة اللي احنا فيها حالياً فترة جداً كريتيكال، ولازم نتعاون كشركات بحرينية إن احنا نشتغل مع بعض، نوفر المنتجات حق المستهلكين بشكل مستمر. والحمد لله يعني المزارعين البحرينيين والمنتجات اللي يقدمونها حقنا جدا ممتازة بأسعار معقولة، وقاعدين نوفرها حق المستهلكين بشكل مستمر.
قبل أسواق الأسرة قبل ما نتعامل معاهم ما كانت أساساً يعني تقريباً 80% المنتجات هاي ما نزرعها. بعد توجيهات من عند إدارة أسواق الأسرة نحتاج الأصناف هذه وجابوا لنا بذور بعض الأصناف وزرعناها في البحرين. أول خلينا نتكلم عن الجودة.
هذا إيمان نسمع.
ننظر بالدرجة الأولى للجودة الكواليتي. رقم 2 للأسعار. الأسعار في متناول الجميع وخاصة اليوم نتكلم عن الناس تقول أسعار غالية.
يعني تعاملنا مع الأسرة واللي خلانا نيجي الأسرة لأنها لوكل من البحرين، وإحنا مصنعنا بالأفينيو مول نصنع ونيجي للأسرة. إحنا طبعا مميزين بالكاندي لأنه إحنا لا بنعمله لا بالجلاتين وإحنا نباتيين.
خطوة طيبة جدا. دعمهم كان مو بس اليوم، من يوم بدينا في عام 2018 يعني كمصنع محلي. احنا بضاعتنا صحية طبعا، طازجة، ما فيها أي سكر أو إضافات، ومعظم العصاير زينة حق المناعة، فتقوي المناعة. فمسوين سبيشال اوفر هالايام بخصوص العصاير والمنتجات اللي تساعد حق المناعة.
So, as I said earlier, the Think Local initiative came to life 10 years ago. And the main objective of this initiative was to support local talents, to give people, regardless of the size of their businesses, an opportunity for them to grow and expand, an opportunity for them to nurture their business, to learn from the expert in the field. We all know that Al-Usra supermarket chain have started as a franchise back in the 80s. And then in 1999, it turned to be a local Bahraini 100% brand, and it was branded as Al-Usra. We carry lots of knowledge, and because we do have this sense of responsibility, بالعربي يسمونها المسؤولية الاجتماعية, and that's what makes a successful brand, to be frank, beyond revenue. We opted to open the door for the local talents, from farmers, fishermen, local produce, candy, fresh juices, whatever the case may be. And they got the support from Al-Usra under this program. The flagship of the program, as you can see on the screen, is the farmer Sadiq Mirza. I don't know if you guys know him, but there are other people that have joined the game during the pandemic phase. When the surge of the COVID was around Bahrain, we have started onboarding all those businesses that were on the edge and those people that have gone out of business. And we brought them to Al-Usra. We made them feel that this is home for them. This is their Al-Usra, عائلتهم. They are here for us to look after them, for them to succeed, because your success is our success. And that is what makes or breaks a brand in the consumer mind. You don't need to shop at Al-Usra, but when you hear Al-Usra, something positive will come to mind. And that's what we need. Looking at what had happened recently.
When we first started working with Al-Usra, they said, "Welcome to the family." And that's how I would describe our relationship with Al-Usra supermarket.
أشتغل لأسواق الأسرة، أودي لهم سمك فريش. أشتغل في شغلة تقريبا 35 سنة إلى 36 سنة. يعني البحر فيه خير، بس المهم إنه واحد يجد فيه.
فرادة الأسرة وايد أجانبيون، وإحنا يعني فرصة لنا إحنا البحرينيين نسوي إنتاج، إن الأجانب يذوقون أكلاتنا، بيعرفون لون إنتاج عندهم بحرينيين.
هذا التطور اللي تشوفونه اليوم في المزرعة كله بسبب دعم الأسرة عن طريق شرائهم للمنتج، وفعلا دعم للمنتج المحلي.
We really like working with Al-Usra because we see a lot of Bahraini faces. A pleasure working as a local company with local people.
Yeah, I keep looking at the chat, guys. You're saying perfectly pressed. So you know them, guys. Who knows those people? Here is a glimpse of the Bahraini businesses that have joined Think Local, and they are progressing with us like anything. Perfectly Pressed, they have joined us in 2018, and we were their first supermarket. We were their first bulk supply. And now they are paving their way to Saudi, to other countries. They are everywhere. And we take pride that the start was with Al-Isra. Razan Shahabi, I don't know if you guys know her. There'll be definitely one or two of you that knows those people. Those are Bahraini entrepreneurs that we take pride of having them on our book. Nasreen Ashkenani, who's doing that populicious, edible kind of lollipops. Sadiq Mirza, Chef Susie, and the story goes on and on and on. And trust me, Al-Isra never thought that onboarding those people was enough. They have opened the door for more. And more means we have came up with an initiative to support entrepreneurs financially. And here I'm telling you, the door is open for everyone and anyone who've got a Bahraini business that is a startup and can be part of Al-Isra setup. The Mahalli project was launched beginning of this year, January, and we had people registering for it. This is step 2 of the Think Local campaign. So the Think Local was supposed to open the door for you to join Al-Isra sales team and have your product on the shelf with a bit of support here and there. The Mahalli project is there to harvest local talent. It's there to help you financially, to help you intellectually, to help you technically, to help you innovate, to help you elevate your business. So there is a grant that the team have put together, approved by the Bahraini board of directors, which will be given to the winner of the initiative. And this is going to be an annual thing. So if you have missed this year, please let your circle of contact, and you even, if you do have a startup business that can come to Al-Isra shelf, that you have the chance to register for a chance to win the grant and then get that support from Al-Isra team. Someone said Lina Al-Ayubi, ma nasaytha. I'm coming to that. So looking at how involved Al-Isra is with the community, we are there to support all the good causes, regardless whether it's seasonal or it's ongoing. I don't know how many of you usually shops at Al-Isra, but during the month of September, which was the month of Think Pink and the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Al-Isra have done lots of activities to actually spread awareness and support those people that are at high risk or maybe fighting cancer, God forbid. One of which was the nutrition guide. So we went through all the products on our shelf and we started labeling the relevant product as recommended by Think Pink. We're here to look after your health. We're here to help you adapt a healthy diet. We're not here to sell you anything and anything. So the objective is not for you to come and buy the Cheetos. You can still come and buy it. But then our mission and our vision, not to sell you anything and everything, it's to help you maintain and sustain a healthy lifestyle. We care for your health and well-being. We are eco-friendly. We are that local destination that would support your business, would support your health, would support your progress. And here is Lina. If you guys know her and we're waiting for her, we have collaborated with Lina, and we do have a lovely tote bag that sits at our stores for sale. And at the moment, all profit is going for the benefit of Think Pink Society, for them to be able to buy new machines to actually deduct the early stages of breast cancer. And thanks to Lina, who have given us the exposure and opened the door for us to tap into her artistic zone. What she have done goes beyond what I said, and the story will continue. But let us enjoy this video.
Nature is one of the biggest sources of inspiration for any artist, and so it is our duty to preserve it. Even by changing a small part of our daily routine, it can have a huge impact on the environment. The world produces over 300 million tons in plastic waste yearly. That figure is set to double in less than 15 years. Change starts with us. Let's ditch the plastic, and together we can make a difference.
Sustainability is key. You would need to show people and demonstrate that you care for them, that you care for the environment, that you care for the society, that you are not here to make revenue. However, you are here to help them live a better life. وطبعا you need to be able to walk the talk. That's what makes a brand successful. And again, let me stress on the fact what we are discussing here is not sales. It's not revenue. It's brand equity. It's the perception that you as marketeer are intended to build in the end user mind. It's your responsibility to make sure that people knows the brand you represent well and they are engaging with it the right way. We're all advocates for the brands we love. We're all ambassadors for the brands we adore. And to be frank with you, we're all weapons to destroy those brands that would mess around with us. Moving on. See how you engage your community in everything you do. So you don't do it on your own. It's not just the marketing team. It's not just the sales team. It's not just the employees within that organization. It's everyone across the board. It's those people that would breathe, drink, and eat your brand on a daily basis due to the fact that you have spoken to their mindset. You have touched their inner heart. You have joined them in their journey instead of waiting for them to join you on your own journey. Because guess what? People have got no time to change their path. Either you are with them or you lost them. These are, few glimpses of the recent happening. I didn't want to bring history because history is there. But I just wanted to let you know, guys, that regardless of the situation, you would need to continue building the brand, showcasing your involvement, joining those programs that would help you as a brand remain top of mind, things that goes beyond the cash flow. Because people are quite smart. The minute they feel that they are selling them something, they'll have a second thought. But if they trust in what you're offering that is going to change their life, that's going to improve their ongoing activities and daily routine, that's going to help them progress, then you've won. You've done it. And you need to be consistent and quality needs to be maintained. Guess what? When I told you that Lina Al-Ayyubi have collaborated with us and gave us a chance to tap into her artistic arena, the initial thought was for the tote bag to replace the plastic bags in our stores. But this is a journey, and a journey starts with you guys and it ends with you. It doesn't start with the brand. The brand is there to help and support. I don't know how many of you knows about Al-Usra mission breaking away from plastic. This initiative have came into play back in 2018 when we have launched the first plastic-free week, and we promised our customers and our fans that this mission will continue. And we are here to reduce carbon footprint. We're here to reduce the usage of plastic. We're here to save your life. We're here to maintain a healthy lifestyle. And you would need to help us do that. من فيكم عنده توت باج من الأسرة؟ Reusable bag. So نور قالت me. نور عندها توت باج من الأسرة أو جوت باج من الأسرة. Reusable bag. Who else?
Miss, I think at this point I should be your brand ambassador because, like, I love you guys so much. I'm always there, so.
Well, love you too, Noor. Let's meet you at some point, please. I had one. So you had one, or you still have one, Mohammed? Yeah, who's raising his hand? I do. I love the enthusiasm. Thank you, Huda. I have also. See, guys, اللي ما عنده يروح ياخذ له واحدة, please. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not trying to sell you anything. No, it's so stylish. It shows you care, and at the moment, whatever you pay will go to the Think Pink Society. It's gonna support a good cause. Buy a bag, make a change. We're getting nothing at Al-Isra. We're only helping you help others. And that's what we are here for. And guess what? When we first started this initiative, and just to go through this slide, we were able in 1 week to save and unuse up to 100,000 plastic bags. Imagine the impact of such thing on the environment. And you know, and I know, the size of Al-Isra, or the market share of Al-Isra, is like 30–40% of the overall market. We don't represent big chunk of the grocery retail industry in Bahrain. However, we were able to mitigate the use of around 100,000 plastic bags in 1 single week. That is something that builds a brand perception, that helps you speak to eco-warriors, to people that care for the environment, to the youngster, to those people that understand how harmful it is to consume plastic and throw it in the sea. Those people that knows that the plastic is unrecyclable, regardless of the combination of it, polymer, monomer, God knows. And in order for us to live a better life, make sure that our kids and grandkids are living a good life, we would need to start with the change, and the change starts with us. Join us in that journey. We're here to help you, and we're here to help you do more. So this is part of the innovation that, you know, we claim that we're doing. We always listen to the voice of the customer, like what I'm doing with you guys. I don't know how many of those speakers have actually allowed you to participate, but I would never join a session which is a one-way street, of which me lecturing you. I'm not a billboard that you would read. No, I'm a human being, and the brand needs to feel that. The brand needs to have that sense of human. You would need to be able to speak to the brand, and brand speaks back to you. That's what actually creates a successful brand, that human element, making the difference. Fresh and friendly, thinking fresh, not melt in your mouth. Yeah. Right. Carrying on again, and someone have said to me in the chat box that he or she loves those plastic recycling machine. Those plastic recycling machine actually were launched last year, February, during the food festival, before the pandemic hits us. And to be frank, we wanted to do that at that point of time in that location to help people on that spot understand what they are doing. And why should they start with themselves? Put their plastic on the right place. And guess what? They were incentivized for it, and they are still getting incentives for recycling their plastic at our premises. Al-Isra is getting nothing. Al-Isra is helping you help the environment. It's not about sales, not about revenue. It's about creating that brand connection. Here are those recycling machines. So how this machine works, it actually creates a marketing dialogue with the end user. So you just you drop your plastic bottle inside that hole, and then it's calibrated. It gives you an inkless receipt, which is 100% eco-friendly. And that receipt carries points. So each bottle equal a point. And the more you collect points, the more you would be able to receive discounts and get some gift vouchers from Al-Isra itself. That is nothing for us as revenue, but we are here to support a good cause. And we are here to help you help us connect and bond with the environment and the community. Sorry, I'm not reading those messages on the chat. Yes, let's save, okay. Also, I always recycle my plastic there. I would spend 30 minutes putting them in the machine. Bamboo tissues, yeah, well, I'm glad you guys are with me on the same page. I'm glad that I'm not saying something new to you. I'm happy that you are part of the journey, and that's what makes our brand what it is. That's what helps us sustain the business. We can go places with you guys being our advocates. Like Noor said, I would be your brand ambassadors. We want you guys to understand why are you advocating any brand. There has to be something that this brand is doing that goes beyond the product and services, that's actually speaking to your mindset, that is helping you live better, that is giving you an opportunity to show the best side of yourself, that is actually engaging you, that cares for you. Who's sad? Who's crying? Oops. All right. And from that, we started getting calls right, left, and center from government authorities, the likes of Muhafadat al-Asima, for instance, which recently joined us in the journey. They wanted to associate their overall initiative with those machines because it's helping us keeping Al-Manama Asima Nadifa. And it's gonna go to Al-Muhafada Al-Shamaliya, and it's gonna go to elsewhere. I don't want to spill the beans, but you would start seeing those machines everywhere. And to be frank, we're glad that we are part of the overall community best movement. Again, that's what makes or breaks a brand. But what's next? What do you think as Al-Isra we should do next in this mission itself? For us to help save the environment, for us to help provide a good living status for you guys and help the health and well-being. We would continue to provide fresh produce, locally grown vegetables and fruits. We would continue to support local talents. We should be able as well to find the right alternative of plastic. We should be able to create a plastic-free zone. We should aim and put a figure for the plastic reduction consumption by, say, 2025, or it could be later than that, depend on how supportive the community is. And as I said, your engagement as a community define how successful the brand is. I'm not so sure how much I've spoken this morning and how much you guys have digested. But I think from those messages that I'm getting in the chat, we have kind of nailed it. We have wrapped it the right way, the best way. We are here as marketeer to help brand grows beyond revenue. Your objective and your success factors should never be how much I sell on a daily basis from this product, but how many people are actually coming back to the brand. How many people are happy looking at my brand, speaking about it and associating with it. Regardless of the tier, regardless of the level, your community is your first and last success factor. And someone said to succeed in business, you need to be original. However, on top of that, you would need to understand what your customers want. And that's where you should start as a marketeer. Where Al-Usra is always here to help you adapt fresh thinking. I would need a big hand, yeah! Thank you very much for joining me today, guys. I think I'm done with my session for today.
ما شاء الله.
We can open Q&A. أهلين.
يس استاذ ايمان العلوي، مساك الله بالخير، ولو انه السلام متاخر كان، الله يطول عمرك.
مساك الله بالنور يا اهلين وسهلين.
شكرا جزيلا على المحاضره القيمه لليوم ويوم امس، وللامانه سمعنا عنك كل خير للامانه، الجميع الطلبه مرتاحين ومتفاعلين معاك، والكل وهاي موجود ريكورد علم، راح نرسل اليكم ان شاء الله، وراح نعمل له ابلود في موقع الكتروني. فعن جد يعني الجميع استفاد من خبرتكم الكبيره في هذا المجال، وعلى امل ان شاء الله اللقاء بكم قريبا ان شاء الله، او تشرفونا او احنا نجي عندكم ان شاء الله لبحث في آلية تعزيز العلاقه والمزيد من الانشطه ان شاء الله.
الشرف لنا دائما، حاضرين ان شاء الله يا رب.
الله يطول عمرك. الف شكر الف شكر استاذه ايمان، ونشوفكم ان شاء الله بكره ان شاء الله.
يعطيك العافيه استاذ حسين.
الله يطول عمرك، يحفظكم ان شاء الله. شكرا جزيلا.
يلا الله وياك.
الله يسلمك، مع السلامه. اذا اعزائي الطلبه اعضاء الهيئه الاكاديميه، انتهينا لهذا اليوم لتخصص اداره والتسويق و MIS Management Information System. ان شاء الله راح نعمل لكم محاضرات ايضا راح تتواصل ليوم الخميس القادم ان شاء الله. فالف شكر على وقتكم الثمين، الدكتور صلاح خليفه، دكتوره مريم المهدي، دكاتره باقي الدكاتره، الاستاذ الدكتوره نور، دكتور يوسف البستقي، شكرا جزيلا على وقتك الثمين، ونعدكم انتم الكواليتي ريفيو ما قصرتون، فالف شكر لكم جميعا اعزائي الطلبه. فان شاء الله نحن نلتقي معكم في محاضرات قادمه ان شاء الله. شكرا جزيلا، نراكم على خير ان شاء الله. دكتوره ليتي ودكتوره هدى اكيد بدون شك، واحنا نشوف المداخلات من عند الدكتوره ليتي والدكتوره هدى، ومش فقط الى اليوم، يوم الامس ايضا. وان شاء الله نراكم على خير جميعا. جميع الطلبه ما شاء الله متفاعلين، ونتمنى اليكم كل التوفيق ان شاء الله. الف شكر. شكرا.